Hello, my sexy souls. All right, we are going to delve into anybody who is operating out of the earth element at this point in time. As you all know, I do not do zodiacs because there is tropic, there is Vedic sidereal, both of which have pertinent information to share, and how you are operating and what element you are operating out of in any given moment can be influenced by those, by what's going on astrologically, by the circumstances that you're in, your life path, how well you are working through your healing process on your personal journey. So there's just so much who's in your environment. So I don't do zodiacs. I do elements because at any given moment you could be operating out of any particular element primarily. And so I just allow the messages to come in that capacity so I can help guide you, and Spirit can help guide you on what is going on and how to deal with it. So, that being said, alrighty here, where are we starting? We're starting with the Oracle Messenger deck. You all know that with Oracle decks, I like to read from the book, like for certain ones. I won't say every single one of them. Reason being because they are, unlike the tarot deck, which has a very basic explanation of things, at least the traditional tarot, the Oracle decks are highly infused with the intentions and energy of the creator. And so I usually like to try and at least read from the book so that you get a good understanding from their standpoint what energy is infused into the card. And then, of course, I read intuitively. So, all right, here we go. We will probably have an extended at the end of this in case you want additional information or additional guidance on what comes up. And then let's see here. And then I have to, y'all are going to love me for this. You're going to hear a little bit of a lot of movement, and got to get the book out. Oh, baby. Uh-oh, I got to find, shit. All right, y'all are going to love me. 2 seconds. Okay. It was stuck somewhere else. Book was somewhere else. My bad. All right, we're going to get into this bad boy. Already 2 minutes in. Look at that. Okay. What message do you have for those operating out of the element of earth at this point? Ooh. Ooh. This is perfect for the timing and what's going on astrologically as well. Anything else, Spirit? I feel like there's probably one more. Thank you. All right. Here we go. We're starting out with the embrace the dark. Okay. And be vigilant. Let's get into this bad boy real quick. Embrace the dark. You have been taught that all is either good or evil, negative or positive. Good gives rise to good, and bad gives rise to bad. It is wrong to have feelings of anger, dislike, or fear, as these emotions are born of our shadow self. This is not truth. Everything happens for a reason. Love can give rise to destruction, and hate can inspire acts of genuine love. The lessons offered by our shadow often teach us the most. Know your shadow self, love it. Without the darkness, the stars cannot be seen. This is the reason why I do messages from the shadow aspect. What is your shadow aspect trying to tell you? I do readings on that. Take a look at my channel. You'll be able to see that. It's under the playlist of aspects of the self. And the reason why I do that is because when you begin integrating your shadow aspect, you realize that it is a part of your intuition. It is a tool the intuition uses to keep you informed. It can give you so much more information than you ever imagined. I think that sometimes we're taught, well, not I think. There's no I think. We are really taught to shame, blame, and stuff down a whole lot of aspects of ourselves if they don't fit a particular mold within this society. And so by doing so, we shut off our intuition. We shut off spirit. We shut off our higher self. Okay? Without the darkness, the stars cannot be seen. All right. Be vigilant. Be watchful and cautious of both others' actions and your own. Stand ready to protect yourself from those who may covet what you have or seek to harm those you care for. But also be vigilant and watchful of your own actions, lest you be the one doing harm. Weigh your actions. Be sure you act wisely. Be sure you have done all that needs to be done before moving forward. Leave nothing to chance, lest all you have nurtured and cherished be undone by your own lack of vigilance. Oh shit, this is going to be a heavy message today. Alrighty, let's do this. Okay. Put this away. So which one are we doing, Spirit? New Age Tarot. I'll put these two right here. I think your shadow aspect is trying to warn you of something. It's also trying to help you in establishing a boundary, because I think that there are definitely, I think this is telling you to be vigilant in establishing your boundary. Allow your shadow aspect to really help you set and establish your worth, so to speak. It is saying to operate out of your shadow aspect at a higher frequency, which is very much so possible. Your shadow is, again, a resource, a tool, a way to inform you. So when you feel some of the emotions that you usually, and you begin to, sometimes we are taught that if we are direct, especially women, we're going to use gender at this point in time because this is a particular thing for gender, that if we are direct and honest, upfront, forthright, that we are aggressive or bitchy. Like there's something wrong with us. Like there's something wrong with establishing a boundary. And sometimes it's like, don't fall prey to the paradigms and the programming that you're going to get from others and that which is outside of you in how to establish your own boundaries. I'm definitely getting that. Be vigilant. Hold true to those. Okay, hold on. They're saying, okay, let's just get into this. Figure out what's going on. I apologize if this takes some time. I go with whatever I feel in the moment that I need to do. Okay. I'm not taking those. We're going to keep this one. I get a particular energy with cards, and so, they're showing me, okay, so the first card, oh, fuck me, okay, sorry guys, they're showing me with this particular card, the illusion, like this being a mirage in the back, but they're actually showing me there is a, how do I put this? There is, I'm going to direct the light over here, so hopefully this can come through good. There's a picture that's a meme that I've seen on social media where it's actually, it looks like camels, but there's individuals that are standing in a certain way where the shadow is cast. Ooh, the shadow is cast and it appears to be one. If you, the shadow itself makes it look like it's a camel, but it's not. It's individuals walking. It's just the way the sun is hitting these particular individuals, the lens, the perspective by which something's being looked through. So the shadow is appears to be one thing versus another that has something to do with this. Okay, let's get over here to this. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Give me just a second, guys. Okay, somebody saw something, a situation or a circumstance through a particular lens, and it was the way that they were looking at it. It's almost like the hangman, the type of perspective that they had, the way that their own shadow aspect was casting. This is somebody that operates not necessarily doesn't know how to integrate their shadow aspect. Let's put it that way. And I'm sorry, the energies are very fast, so I'm going to go very fast. I apologize ahead of time. So they had looked at something and saw something as almost like a mirage. They looked at I feel like this is somebody that used to look at you in a particular way, saw something because of the way it was through their lens, their perspective, and they saw something completely different than what was actually there, and believed more in the mirage that's up here versus what's really here, if that makes sense. Okay, so there was an illusion that happened. They believed in their illusion of something versus the reality of something. Okay, and it looks as though this is somebody who wanted to be. I'm feeling now, since I don't do reversals, they put cards together, okay, for me to understand how do I put this, whether it's positively or negatively aspected, right? And there's somebody who saw themselves as an emperor. There's a masculine energy that was operating out of a King of Swords. This is father of air, okay? Completely out of the mental space. And they're showing me the devil card. So they were like a slave to the illusion. They were chained and bound by some type of lens that they were seeing things through, a very tainted lens. Their shadow aspect was seriously out of control, is what they're saying. And they were living up in their head, which it feels like for the most part their life has been very much so in this. Now this is funny because this is earth element, but we're getting a lot of this. I think that you're operating out of you're in a very grounded space. It feels like you are dealing with the world as it is and understanding energies as they are, not through some kind of illusion or a lens. And you're seeing things for what they are. Hence why you're operating out of the earth element. This individual has very much so been operating out of their shadow aspect in an air energy. Okay, very much in the mental space, analytical, pragmatic, programmed way of seeing things. Okay, not seeing their own illusion, the paradigm which they've been living life out of, it seems like. So this is definitely a masculine energy who really wanted to take charge, is decisive, but very in the head and tormented. Somebody who really, to like analysis paralysis, but almost I'm getting a very fiery energy as well, where it's like knee-jerk reactions, knee-jerk decisions, not very integrated space. They are, this is the son of air, and they're still stuck in this, actually. They're very tormented because they're still stuck in the King of Swords type energy, negatively aspected, where it's almost as if instead of taking what they feel coming up from their shadow aspect as information to use to make decisions on their path, they are overly identifying with that, and that's causing a whole lot of mental torture right now. That's playing out in their life, as within, so without. So it's like a self-sabotage type of energy. They are literally seeing things through a very tainted lens and actioning things with the Father of Swords from that tainted lens, and creating more of the torture within their life. So it's almost like being tortured mentally, but then that torture is almost manifesting outside of themselves because of a lot of their decisions. They're they're watching. They're watching. I don't always get that with the Son of Air, but it's almost like a very juvenile energy, which obviously if you're in the King of Swords energy, that's operating out of your shadow aspect, this person feels angry at first, and then almost like victim mentality next. It feels like a mixture, like they go in and out of both of those things. So they're operating in their masculine energy. This is what we would deem toxic masculinity, where this is not, they're not operating out of their truth and being out of authenticity or integrity. They are operating from a very low vibrational stance. And it's showing within their life. They're making a lot of decisions. This is them sitting back watching you and feeling extremely defeated. They are right now currently in victim mode mentality. What they're seeing from you is the abundance that I'm getting from this is really about just like a positive forward movement for you, where they are completely stuck in the mental space, and turning any and every emotion I hear into a mental thought versus a feeling it, allowing themselves to feel it, which only creates more mental torture. You have a lot of areas, you have a lot of fluidity. I'm looking at the waterfalls, and there's a lot of fluidity. There's a lot of flow happening in your life at this point in time, in areas that I wouldn't necessarily say this is like money, and this is like I have a lot of self-fulfillment, and I have a lot of self-confidence. You're very abundant in areas that they lack, and there's a level of jealousy that's coming along with. They're seeing this. It's like you're exuding this. You're actioning things from a very balanced emotional state. This is the Father of Water, which is the King of Cups, and so you are really operating out of your emotions. You are in touch with your emotions. You are allowing your emotions to inform you, but not control you. And you're good at concealing your emotions when it's not necessary to share them. Does that make sense? They see all this abundance, and they don't really know emotionally. You are very poised is the word that they're giving me. And the Ace of Air is really about, you're living out of your truth. It's almost as if I'm getting a sense that things that you have discussed with them previously are absolutely true for you. Like they're seeing you just live your life how you, like you walk the talk. That's what I want to say. You walk the talk. And they don't know how you got there. That's why it just looks so abundant to them. But there's also a new path. It appears as though there's like a new path that has opened up for you. Okay? And it's something that's emotionally, like you are very, you're living your truth. That's literally what they're saying. And that only makes this individual feel more defeated. We need some details on this shit. Okay. Okay. Madame Dora's fortune-telling cards. I'm getting... Okay. They said, hold on. I was going to send them like, wait. Alrighty. I will save that for in just a minute. Okay. 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 You will be guided through darkness. Not really seeing the full picture or not really understanding the circumstances, but feeling it intuitively, feeling your way through things intuitively. Your abilities will be enhanced. So your intuition is going to pipe up really big time. Yours is, not theirs. Seek a union of mind and spirit. I'm getting a sense of something about this individual. I have that. There's nothing on the board that says they're coming forward, but it feels like they will. Your shadow, like you're going to be triggered by this individual. Okay? And I think that trigger says it all. It brings up a lot of old feelings and emotions that really that pulled you out of some of your energy. And this individual, okay, hold on. Hence why you really need to work and stay in a grounded, be vigilant, establish your boundaries and stick with those. Your shadow aspect is not wrong when you feel this sense of not rage. What is this? This is a there is a heavy energetic bounce back, I want to say, when this person because you know something's off with this. You know that there's something off, that they pull you out of a good vibration, that you've allowed them to have access to you to a point where they are able to pull you out of your good state. And they want you to really be vigilant. But when your shadow aspect, we're going to find out more about that. Let's see what they have to say about that shadow aspect. Okay. There's something here about the seeking a union of mind and spirit, where we talk about this sometimes when I do the coffee and tarot, where we talk about really the Chariot card has the two horses, light and dark, right? Your masculine, your feminine, your human, your soul, your light, your dark. When those two are on the same page, there's no stopping the forward movement. You know the direction and trajectory, and you move forward with that, right? And so there's something about allowing your shadow aspect to inform you where to set your boundaries and to be vigilant in regards to that. Okay? Because at this point, it seems like and that might be why you're so grounded at this point. There's not a lot of chaotic energy. You feel very focused and driven and just in the moment. You know exactly what to do because there is a merriment of both your human and your soul. They're on the same fucking page in regards to this person. And in regards to your path in front of you. Stay vigilant in regards to keeping yourself grounded. And then stay and be vigilant and honor what it is that your shadow is telling you. When these emotions, these triggers happen, don't stuff them down. They are there for a reason. They're informing you of something. And don't feel guilty for establishing your fucking boundaries, okay? And living out of what is true for you. Don't allow yourself to be taken out of your truth. Stand strong in your truth and keep your emotions in check. I still have yet to see anything that indicates this person, but I feel it. Otherwise, why are they fucking watching you? Like, why are they watching you then? Okay, get a little bit more on this really quick. Woo, doggy. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is on them. This is so they had a lot going on. There were a lot of options. They weren't really exactly sure where fulfillment would actually come from for them. I think that they've tried a lot of cups in their lifetime. Not saying that they did when they were around you, but this is somebody who is really, it's like a wine tasting, sipped from everything, trying to find that one thing that really gives them that fulfillment and it's like seeing the truth of what would actually be fulfilling for them. They couldn't see it. There was too many things, and this is the king of the king of swords. He's here. This is that masculine. Okay, sorry, I get a little too high with the cards because I'm just So this is the masculine. Really, there was too much not knowing and understanding how to figure out what was fulfilling to them because they're living out of an illusion and a paradigm. That's the reason why they saw something from a particular angle, and the shadow really seemed more real. The mirage seemed more real than the reality of what was going on. They just couldn't tell because they were allowing ego in, and they were allowing that to convince them. They were too much in their head, so they couldn't feel. Their head was telling them what felt good. Their ego was telling them what felt good, or through a paradigm of this is what other people say feels good, and the other people say that this is how things should go, and so blah blah blah. So they were operating from a very weird place when what they are trying to find is a 10 of cups. This feels very, all right, I'm going to ask some more, like wanting a very abundant life that they share with others, like not just feeling good inside of themselves. And I think that might be a part of the problem, is they wanted to skip the 9 of cups to get to the 10 of cups. And almost like somehow if you brought your cup to them, or if you added your cup to the mix, they'd reach to the 10 of cups, not realizing that they had to actually reach internally. 9 is the number of solitude, the number of an individual, right? And so it's reaching that personal sense of fulfillment. And they didn't do that. They didn't go there. They're just trying to plot and plan. It's almost like they had the 7 of cups and they skipped the 8 of cups and the 9 of cups and wanted to go to the 10 of cups. Does that make sense? Almost like there were things, that they needed to let go of. They needed to let go of some of the illusions. They needed to go through the 8 of cups, but they didn't fucking want to. They didn't want to reach a place of understanding what was personally fulfilling to them. They just wanted the 10 of cups. They wanted to jump straight to that. They don't even know what their truth is at this point in time. This is the Ace of Swords. They don't even understand because they don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the 8 of Cups. They don't want to do, yeah. A couple more. This can apply in a lot of situations, I actually want to say. This could be friends who you are no longer in harmony with because they don't want to, they are lost in translation of lost and stuck in this sense that, there's been a big shift lately. There's been a very big shift. And those who are willing to expand and grow on their personal self journey and those who are not. There is a definitive definitive difference being made. It's like an awareness of those who are willing and those who are not at this point in time. And I think a lot of tarot readers have been talking about it's go time, especially for masculine energies. It's either get on board or get the fuck off kind of situation. Not to say that there isn't ever an evolution that can occur, but there's something very, very big transpiring right now. Collectively. And so this could be a friend, this could be a family member, or an old lover. This is a scenario of really people who are not understanding how to break from that paradigm, who are operating out of their toxic masculinity, where they live out of other people's truths. And it's torment. It's a sense of torment and being stuck in that torment. Okay, we've got the 5 of swords, and this is the 9 of swords. This is individual, this is like worry, anxiety, feeling beyond trapped, immobile individually, internally just. And so there is a sense of people falling away, and they're watching your abundance and watching you operating out of your new awareness and truth, and finding a sense of balance emotionally, really being in, I don't want to say control of yourself, but wielding your own, responsible for your own path forward. Yeah, here's the return card. Okay, so this individual, whoever it is, family, friend, lover, whatever this is, they're going through just like, there is some internal back and forth and chaos. It's really burning them up inside. There's a desire so much to come forward. This is 6 of Cups, which is like a reunion, reconciliation type situation. But it's the him and haw, back and forth, internal struggle to know how to do that, or should I do that, or you know what I mean. And so it's overcoming their own pride and ego. Their pride and ego. They do want to come forward. And I think Spirit's telling you to be very vigilant when or if this person does. There's a reason that people are falling away, and this person does not feel like there has been any kind of progress made. They are still stuck. And they want you to remember to keep everything. Seek a union of mind and spirit, okay? So that you can stay in that energy. You need to remain grounded. Listen to your shadow. Be vigilant on establishing your boundaries. Know your worth in this particular situation, okay? And I think that you are actually going to, because things are, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to be using your intuition at this point in time. You're going to know, like, your soul and your human are both, like, fed up with this shit. They're on the same page. Go with that, okay? Like, your human is like, oh, yeah. And your soul is like, yeah, no, right? And so they are in union. Stay grounded so that you can stay true to what is your internal truth, authentic for you. Honor yourself in this situation, okay? I'm actually going to explore a little bit, explore a little more in the extended on exactly what is the approach that they're going to take to come forward, or if they actually are going to 100% come forward, and what exactly this means for you. Okay? Why is this pertinent to bring up right now? All right. I will see you in the extended. If not, you have a fantastic, fabulous day.